alongside Brent Hubbs here in Nashville. Bowl preparation underway here in the Mid-State. Brent, Josh Heupel met with the media today after practice as Tennessee got in a spirited run through of about 2.5 hours. He says no COVID complications as of now.
Well, and that's obviously a storyline in college
Sure.
football, as we've seen what's happened earlier today with the cancellation of 2 bowl games. So everybody wants to know, where's it at? What's going on? Tennessee's here in force. Everybody's here. They will continue to monitor everything closely. But as we mentioned in the War Room, Tennessee's policy is real simple. If you've been vaccinated, you don't have symptoms, you're not getting tested. If you're unvaccinated, then you're subject to routine tests regardless of symptoms. Tennessee has tested. So far, everything's good. They'll test again 48 hours before kickoff for the unvaccinated players.
And he did mention that the unvaccinated players have done a really good job of staying healthy this season, specifically this late little run as the Omicron variant has moved into the United States. Switching gears to on the field, Cade Mays did not practice today, did some stuff on the bike. He said he did some work without pads. Didn't totally close the door on him playing. We'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Cade's going to be available. Now, we'll see. We were only here for about 10 minutes, and then we were asked to leave. Cade was on the bike. He was not in cleats. He was in tennis shoes. Does not feel like a guy who's doing a whole lot of stuff on the side. I know he's trying. He's taking, he's doing rehab. He's getting treatment. But, boy, it feels like a stretch on Sunday before the game on Thursday for him to be ready to go.
When you look at this team, Hendon Hooker and Cedric Tillman, the two marquee guys on the offensive side with Cade out, he specifically talked about how much they can still improve. He feels like that, Cedric Tillman's really not reached near what he can become.
No, I think that's growth within the offense, and I think that's his continued growth and development as an individual. You think about it, this is a guy who did a lot of yoga in the offseason, a lot of things to try to increase his flexibility. That's paid off big for him. Another year of that in the offseason could certainly be very good for him as well.
Anything else catch your eye today?
No, I just think that the biggest thing is this is a team that very much seems like they want to be here. And I think that's something this time of year in bowl games now. It helps when it's 70 degrees, but you kind of wonder how much does a team really want to play. I think this team's competitiveness, they want to play regardless of who it is, the opponent, what the bowl game is or isn't. They want to play again, and I think this team will be ready to go.
One other administrative note as we get you out the door, Cayman Marley no longer with the Tennessee football program. Cayman obviously had to, they had to move mountains there at the end to get him in academically. He was an academic redshirt, which means he could come be a part of the Tennessee football program, but was academically ineligible until he passed a certain number of classes, but he's no longer with the program.
Yeah, moving on, we'll see what his next step is and where he goes from there, but just one of those deals, signed with the previous staff, hard to get here. It just never got going for him once he got here.
He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price for the 2-Minute Drill from Nashville.